What is up? There's another episode of Dynasty Pylon. It is late night. I know it's late, but I'm still here. I had some time to talk about all the shenanigans that happened today, and also might as well, since it's Tuesdays, talk about the waiver wire. I'm gonna cover IDP stuff as well. Why not? Not so much offense, but I will talk about offense if you want to. But the main focus I'm going to talk about is the with the trades and the freaking uh who to pick up for your IDP leagues and whatnot. So but feel free to ask questions. I'll be here pretty much for a while, and then I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight as well. So probably play a little bit of Overwatch, maybe some Mario Kart tonight. Yeah, I'm feeling a little late tonight. So YouTube will probably end soon, but within the hour, probably 30 minutes, whenever I'm done. But after that, we'll probably jump over and play some Overwatch too. I don't know. I'm maybe Call of Duty. I haven't really fully downloaded the whole thing yet. It's just sitting there in my queue. I haven't really gotten it yet. So week 8 was crazy. Yesterday I love what Miles Garrett entered with. I'm again. Um, I haven't watched the show yet. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, you haven't watched the show yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, Stranger Things." I know he was just dressed up as one of those guys, and he had the whole full mask on with the ripped T-shirt up and everything. I loved it. I liked it. I don't know if you guys saw his house. His house was all decorated. It had Joe Burrow hanging from the side there. It was awesome. It was really awesome. He really is Joe Burrow's monster. Like really, like he has not been able to beat the Browns in his entire career, and that man himself alone has been the main key source of it. So it's good to see that he's he really puts his money where his mouth is at. You know what I mean? So yeah, no. So other than that, though, it was a good game. I felt like as a Miles Garrett owner on defensive end, all I needed was him to get a sack because I was hanging by a thread off my dynasty league because they had T Higgins. So getting that sack really helped me out. I actually pushed over the win, so I'm still in first in my dynasty league. And that's the one league I actually care about. But it was good. I'm actually glad that happened. So, what's up, Tank? Second best costume I saw all week. Twins only to Diddy as Joker. Oh, are you talking about Cream Hunt? That he had the Joker mask? Or am I missing something here? Or am I reading that wrong? And only to Diddy as Joker. I'm missing this. I'm missing this. If you got the link, I'll post it up. I'll show it. But yeah, I'm missing something there. My bad, guy. So anyways, it was good. So I'm be a little late tonight. Again, I apologize if you're missing this and you're watching this tomorrow. Like again, still this information might still be good. Maybe nobody's gonna pick up these guys in your IDP leagues. But let's talk about these trades real quick. Holy crap. My phone was just being blown up left and right. I'm where I put it? I had everything up. I had everything up. Where's it at? There it is. All right, so let's start from the beginning, all right? And like from the straight up beginning. Yeah, Miles Garrett was amazing. Was Vecna? Is that okay? And Diddy was Joker. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to look that up. Diddy like if I type in Diddy, that's okay. I trust you. Diddy as Joker. Nothing's popping up. Diddy as Joker. There we go. Oh, never mind. I typed it on wrong. Okay. Oh, wow. He did the whole Heath Ledger one. That's what's up. Okay, I like it. That's not bad. That's really good. He actually pulled it off. Yeah. In my opinion, that's the best one too. That's the best one too. Yeah, I like that one. So yeah, did Heath Ledger Joker one. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I like it. So you felt like that was second bet? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So all right. So real quick, let's talk about these trades. From the beginning, obviously, if you're coming out of a cave right now, Christian McCaffrey obviously was traded to San Francisco 49ers. If you don't watch any football, it was basically a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth, or not a fifth, but a second, a third, a fourth, all 2023, and then 2024. Then Roquan Smith obviously was today, Baltimore, and I told Brian this from the beginning. Look, give the man where like at the beginning they didn't want to pay him. This guy was holding out, so they didn't want to pay him. They were being disrespectful or whatever. They didn't want to give him whatever that what needed. Finally, it happened. They traded him somewhere where they're probably going to want him. I'm glad this happened. I even said this at the beginning of the season. I'm like, when he's sitting out, I watch him go get traded, and it's going to be Baltimore Ravens. Here we are. I was right. Baltimore Ravens. Why? Because Queen is not a real he's not a real leader. Is he a good player? Yeah, 100%. I'm not saying he's not. He's not a leader. And I think they felt like they needed that leader, and Roquan is going to be that leader. As for next year in the salary cap with Lamar and Roquan, I think they'll work something out. I'm not sure. I mean, they don't have a lot of high capital. I mean, we might end up seeing Mark Andrews leave or something. I don't know, because I think what's going to happen is Mark Andrews they'll cut something or do something with him. I think they're going to roll out with Isaiah Likely next year. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and clip this right now. I think Isaiah Likely is going to be the new thing coming next season, and I think we may or may not see Andrews there next season, but we'll see. I mean, there's got to be a lot of money tossed around, but it's still too early to. But that's just my take right now. Early, but anyways, so the Bears got AJ Klein, a second and a fifth, all from next year. So, and then Bradley Chubb went to Miami Dolphins. I think that's a good fit for him, and a fifth. And the Broncos got Chase Edmonds to run alongside with Gordon's with a first and a fourth of next year's 49ers pick and the 2024 fourth pick. So it should there's still going to be a run duo team there. So Mike Boone, I think, might be weeded out once he gets there and once he starts learning the playbook. But also besides that, the Bears also were involved with which make no sense to me. This one made no sense to me. Now, and I'll get to your guys' questions real quick. This one made no sense to me. They're trying to rebuild, right? Supposedly they're supposed to rebuild. So why, when they got rid of Robert Quinn, I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. And then Roquan Smith, I'm like, oh, that makes even more sense. They're really into rebuild mode, and they're really gonna start looking and investing into another pick. They had 9 picks coming in this morning, and then they traded it away, and it was a second round pick. I'm like, I don't think you guys are gonna be good enough. That second round pick is gonna be really, really good. Now you just screwed yourself out of the second pick. So I'm not saying Chase Claypool's not the perfect fit that they needed. I just felt like they needed to work on the line, and it's still the biggest main problem, that freaking line, and they could have used that second for something else. Now, rumor was that I heard one of my coworkers, Brian, said that or was it Marvin? I can't remember who it was. But they said they did it to be spiteful out of the Packers because they were searching for him. Yeah, I don't know. But hey, look, if that's what the case may be, then that's what it is. But good for them. I think he'll be a good asset. I just think that it was just weird. I felt like it wasn't the right move. So it is what it is. All right, so I'll talk about TJ Hawkinson real quick. So Eckler, Ertz, and Jamal Williams to get Kelsey, DJ Moore, Stevenson. How do you feel about that? Eckler and Ertz and Jamal Williams. So essentially you're gaining yourself a receiver here. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I think the fact that because the trade with Carolina moving Robbie Anderson out of there, DJ Moore is the main focus. We might see a little bit more TMJ, Tommy Tremble, Laviska when he gets back, get into the mix. But DJ Moore's going to be the guy. Essentially, you're going to get the best. You're going to get the best tight end, or one of the best tight ends in the league. Ertz is okay. Eckler, I don't know. It's a bit of a downgrade to Stevenson, but Stevenson's still going to put up numbers. Jamal Williams is still going to put up numbers. I think Eckler could combine with Williams and Stevenson. You know what's crazy is it's almost even. It's almost even. So I guess what it comes down to is how you feel about the rest of the season. I'm okay with doing this. I really think that the Cardinals need a little bit more work of what they're going to do. I think that, you know, more is going to be involved more. So I think Ertz is going to be a big time role there. But again, he gets hurt every year. I don't know how well he's going to last. I'm surprisingly still hasn't been end up in the injury report at all yet. But man, I don't know. Because you're giving away top 2 running backs for someone who's also a good running back, but not as good. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm keeping Eckler and Jamal Williams. I know that Kelsey, DJ Moore sounds nice, but I think now that we're hitting into the winter months, and I'm a firm believer that when we go into the winter months, I feel like teams run more, especially these domes. With Swift coming back, and Ertz targeting going down, more targets up. Yeah. No, the thing is the Lions are still going to use them both though. Like Williams just scored himself, a touchdown. Was it 1 or 2? I can't even remember. Was it 1 or 2? I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up right now. They're still involving him even before Swift was back. Even when Swift was there, he was still being used. He was still one of the top 10 running backs. They use him evenly. Like all these teams, you're gonna find yourself in a situation where they have a duo running back. Let's see, Jamal Williams, where's he at? Wasn't it 2? Yeah, it was 2 touchdowns. It was 2 touchdowns. I'm not worried about Jamal. They use them both. It's almost like last year's Chubb and Hunt. I'm not worried. They use them both. Every team starts using 2 running backs, and then you know what? I like that they're doing that because last year there was a game where they ran Swift almost 32 times, and then he was hurt the next game, like the next 2 games actually. So the fact that they're using them both, I like. I'm not worried about it. Essentially you have 2 top running backs going into the season. Winter's coming, and a lot of the times, a lot of these teams focus on the run more to control the game because it's easier. Passing the ball in the winter is a lot harder, especially these open door games. I'm keeping both these running backs. I know Kelsey and Moore sounds nice, but again, how long can PJ Walker actually keep this up with Moore? I do like that Robbie Anderson's gone, but I'm keeping both these running backs. So yeah, 2 touchdowns. Thank you. So yeah, all right. So Lo, how you doing? Welcome in. I'm usually not this on late, so I'm glad you haven't been to the channel, have you? So my team is Tua, Brady, CMC, nice. Jacobs, Diggs, Waddle, Kirk, Mike Williams, Drake London, Waller, Ingram. Would you trade Christian Kirk and Devontae Foreman? Would you trade Christian Kirk for Devontae Foreman as my flex? Diggs, Waddle, and Kirk, Mike Williams in London. I'm assuming those. Yeah, you're gonna need another running back there, dude. Yeah, I would. If that's who you're going after, Devontae Foreman, yeah, he's gonna be the main guy there for the rest of the season. You only have 2 running backs. Something happens, you're done. Like you're gonna be fishing out of this probably cesspool of nothingness. I would definitely try to get yourself another running back. That way you could interchange them depending on matchups. And just in case one of these guys puts up a dud. Yeah, it happens. But I think Devontae Foreman, Jacobs, and CMC would be good. because you're still left with Diggs and Waddle, Mike Williams in London. London's getting work. Williams is there. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the Chargers right now, but I think Mike Williams is doing pretty good, right? They were just should have just looked this up, right? I haven't looked up Williams all season actually. No one's really talked about him today or season actually. Let me look it up real quick. So bear with me real quick. I'm just curious on what he did. Oh, he got 14 points last week on a standard league. Oh, not bad. So kind of a dud. Another dud. How he's doing average? No, I think he'll be all right. Yeah. I would do that. Get yourself another running back. Full PPR? Yeah. Nah, I think he'll be fine. You're gonna need him. PJ Walker likes to check down, and he'll probably throw to Devontae Foreman a lot. So, yeah, I do that. All right, so let's get into my IDP. So we're talking about a little bit of offense. Again, ask me questions. It's fine. I'm gonna try and push through this IDP. I know because why IDP. That's what we're doing here, because offense, well, you can go to the next channel over or to the guys after me. I'm going to send you to some good friends of mine over at the Get Right. They like to come on late. I think they're coming on like in 30 minutes. Yeah, they're a little bit more professional than we are. But here's like our number one, DariusSmith. If you haven't played IDP, it's very fun. I highly recommend it. This is my YouTube channel that I'm trying to push IDP. I'm trying to make it a thing amongst the good handful of small community of IDP with Jordan Rains and all them IDP guys and all them. They're really good guys. I listen to them every now to get their perspective. Sometimes I disagree with what they say, but ultimately, I think it's going to be the next big thing. A lot of people don't know what it is. It's basically IDP is individual defensive players. So if you're not familiar with what it is, basically you start linebackers, defensive lines, DBs, just like you would with your receivers and your running backs and your quarterbacks and all that, because it's defense. You just basically take out the entire defense out. I'm like in dynasty leagues, especially like dynasty leagues. If you're still running defenses, I hate that. I really hate that. Like, why? You're going to be having the same defense for years, and you're going to be good for years because it's a really good defense. No, just eliminate the entirety. There's dynasty leagues out there don't even have defense. This can be the twist. This can be what you want to your leagues. So anyways, DariusSmith, our number one linebacker / DL. This guy has dual eligibility, so I like what they use him for. Sleeper has given the eligibility to put him at defensive line or linebacker. You have that flexibility, kind of like that running back receiver flexibility at the flex. This guy, you can put him there, except for the DV spot. So obviously he had 7 solos, 4 tackles for loss, and in my league I have sack yards. 22 yards got him a 4.4, so that's pretty good. A lot of leagues don't have the yards. I do. I like to keep that. So again, depending on your league settings and what your commissioner wants to do, it could change. But I got 3. He got himself 3 sacks and 3 quarterback hits and a pass deflection. So ultimately, put up some QB numbers. Had a really good game. So yeah. So I liked it. All right. So let me get some water real quick, and then we'll jump into the waiver wire. We'll start with the big man guy. The big guys first. All right. Give them some love. All right. So let me check this real quick. All right. Defensive line. Here we go. All right. Oshini Nuso out of Seattle. Oh man, actually all right. My bad on this. I think my snap percentages are wrong on all of them. I forgot to fill that in. I just realized this. But the solos, the assists, and the defensive tackles, all that's accurate. The snaps and snapping percentages. Just ignore that. Just ignore that. I scuffed up on that. My bad. That's my fault. I did that on all of these actually. So shit. It's all good, but it doesn't matter. I'm still thinking that these guys are going to be valuable. Looks, the roster percentages are accurate though. Only 35% owned. I brought him in here 2 weeks ago. He's still not owned as high as he should be, and it's probably because he's on Seattle, and he's probably not just he's not doing as great, or Seattle. It's Seattle's defense. I mean, they're doing pretty good. But anyway, he's got 5 solos, 1 assist. 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and QB hit, 2 QB hits, forced fumble. And then, of course, our boy DariusSmith, as I was mentioning, 3 solos, 7 assists. I think I got those backwards, didn't I? Yes, I did. No, actually, no. So this was actually okay. No. So this was just off of the main screen. So the assist kind of like broke up into what I had here. So I had him in 3 solos and the 7 assists, so totally equivalent of 7 solos on this screen. If that makes sense, because the assists aren't here, but that's what he did. So here we are with the 1 pass deflection, 4 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 3 QBs hits. And then Preston Smith, I think, is going to be really good next week. I think his snap percentage is going up. I'm sorry, guys. I messed up on that snap percentages, but won't happen again. Hopefully not. So 4 solos and 4 assists, and 1 assist, my bad, and a tackle for loss. So those guys you kind of want to get after this coming week. Let's see here. So let's see, Preston Smith out of Green Bay, obviously. Before I jump into more deeper into the more noticeable ones, injuries that I want to say on the defensive side, Jordan Poyer still out. I'm going to talk about a little bit about that, and then Donovan Wilson kind of showed up a little bit banged up, but I think he'll be fine for next week. We'll see what that, right. I think it's just like his elbow or something. I could be wrong. Devondre Campbell's his knee. Ryan Neal had some cramps. I think he'll be fine. He'll be okay. Shaq Barrett, we lost him for the season. And then Preston Smith, he'll be fine. But Jerrion Kirsch, Quay Walker, Rashad Jenkins, Amari Hooker, Daryl Taylor, Shadarius Ward, and Anthony Barr. All these guys were injured. They just popped up, but I mean, they're just more noticeable ones. But they'll be fine eventually. Some of them. Matter of fact, I got 2 of those guys I mentioned that are in actually my waiver wire pickup this week. So if you're not D-line, DB, or I think did I say? No, I say linebacker. All right, so Za'Darius Smith, you know, I think he's gonna be just fine. He's again, I mentioned him, dual eligibility, linebacker and defensive line. So that's kind of interesting. He's got 8.5 sacks so far on the year. So that's only gonna climb, and we're only halfway. So if he keeps this up, he might hit 60. Maybe that's a possibility. Is he? I don't think so. He'll probably get about 14, something like that. But we'll see how that goes. And then let's get down to the DBs. I have as my DBs Ryan Neal, New York Giants, 6 solos and 2 tackles for loss. I do like the tackle for loss. Why? Because that means he's in the box. That means he's going to get himself a sack maybe here in that next coming up months. Freaking hair. I think I like DBs that are in the box a lot. So definitely pick him up, see what you can do with him. DeMar Hamlin out of Buffalo until Poyer returns. This guy is still putting up numbers. Since he's doing so well, I have a feeling that they're going to rotate him in. He could be a good stash. 4 solos and 6 assists should be good for you. And once Poyer gets back, which I think should be not this week but the next. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to bring up another bill here. One of the linebackers I think you should also get though. But we'll see what happens. But he's out there literally 100% of the time, and he's only 10% on leagues. So he's out there 100% of the time. I think you guys can get him. He could be valuable until the meantime. If you're the Poyer owner, you probably already have this guy. If not, so. And then my next DB is Dante Jackson at Carolina. Jeremy Chin should be coming back. I mean, he's estimated to hamstring 4 weeks, but there hasn't been really any notice on when he's going to come back. So he could be a good. I mean, he's doing good. He's got 3 solos and assists and pass deflection. Got himself an interception. So that's what you always want at our DBs. He's doing good. He's doing just fine. So he's one of the best corners there is there in that defense. So once Jeremy Chin gets back, I don't know how that's going to change. everything. But so far, he's got 15 solos in the couple of weeks that he's been playing. So noticeable ones that he's been playing. So and then all right, so let's jump into the linebackers real quick. These are the main guys, the main fruits of our labor in defense. These guys get interceptions, tackles, sacks, everything. They're pretty much everywhere. Why? Because they're in the middle. Divine Diablo out of Las Vegas, 40% owned, got himself 9 solos and 5 assists. This dude's flying everywhere. So I like this guy. I think I propped him up multiple times before. And then my last 2 linebackers, here's Malcolm Rodriguez out of Detroit. Got a 5 solos, 2 assists, and a pass deflection, a tackle for loss, and a sack, and hit on QB and a fumble recovery. This man is everywhere right now, literally everywhere. So he's gonna put up points. So if you in case of needing a linebacker, there you go. I suggest Rodriguez, or even Matt Milano. 5 assists, pass deflection, interception, tackle for loss. So, I kind of predicted that he was going to do good this week as well. I think myself and Mark actually mentioned that maybe he was going to do good. So yeah, good for him. Good for the Bills. They established themselves against the Packers and they just demolished. So, it wasn't as high as I thought it would have been, but it was still a good game. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. I got it was IDP waiver wire again. The whole movement of TJ Hawkinson to Minnesota Vikings, that's great. That's good for him. If you're a TJ Hawkinson, that's even better for you. The dude goes from the worst team to probably the best team in that division. He's got a better line, better quarterback. Everything is just an upgrade for him. So good for him. Let's continue with these trades before we log off. And I was talking about earlier. Where we at? So TJ Hawkinson, again, it was a 4th pick and a conditional 4th pick. So that could change depending on what the conditions are. And then the Lions received a 2nd and a 3rd. Not bad. So I think it was kind of a good swap. Lions looked like they needed it. Hopefully they upgrade that line, or the line, or not the line, but yeah, maybe a line, but that defense for sure. So, and then obviously Robert Quinn, if you didn't notice earlier in the week or last week, Robert Quinn is now an Eagle. I was also surprised by this one, but I mean the Bears got a 3rd or a 4th out of it, so good for them. I was like, all right, well, it just adds more depth to Philly's defense. It's a really good defense already, so it just adds more. They got enough linebackers and edge runners over there, so I don't know. Kazir White, Edwards, freaking Hassan Reddick. It's just kind of I was like, all right, maybe they don't trust the rookie. I don't know, but good for him. And then today also, which is kind of interesting, and actually good for him. I think he's going to be fit real well. There is Jacksonville Jaguars traded for Calvin Ridley, for a 2023 and a 2024 5th and 2nd. So a 5th round from 2023 and a 2nd from the 2024. So, good for them. I guess they the Atlanta needs the picks. They need to rebuild. They're kind of in rebuild mode now. I'm surprised we're doing that good. It's really surprising that we're 1st in the division. We should be higher due to the whole Brady incident thing of him getting tripped up with Grady Jarrett. Yeah, it was weird. I honestly I don't know. How I did not expect them to be the number 1 team in this division. Like I said, my coworkers over in the not get right, but the Pan and Grizzly. I was like, I just grab a bucket of popcorn and I just watch. What they do, what's gonna happen, because I have no clue what they're doing. Yeah. I kind of want to just put this up because it's very true. It's very true. But I mean, again, it's interesting on what that entire division is doing. I mean, with Brady and his issues I mean, that's going to affect him a lot. Um, the divorce is not easy. He's a human being. He's going to be thinking about this, the rest of the season. He's got to figure out arrangements, all this. He's got games. Obviously, Giselle's going to have to watch them on Sundays or whatever, whatnot. Or I don't know. That's up on him. But it's something that he has to think about now, rather than being worried about him, or rather than just being focused just on football, which is his main thing. But now he has to worry about other things on top of that. It's not just, hey, Giselle will take care of him. It's now, who or how or why. I'm pretty sure they already established all that, but it's just extra, more stress added to the man, who probably should have retired, if you ask me, in my opinion. My favorite one here, we have Kadarius Toney going to the Chiefs. I like this guy. He's a really good receiver when healthy. He's one of the most electrifying receiver I've ever seen. He breaks ankles, dude. He really does. If you don't have him, you might want to take a stab at him. Maybe he's sitting there in the waiver wire. Maybe grab him. I wouldn't even burn a waiver. I think he might just, if he's still there now, I'd wait till after waiver goes through. That's what I would do. So yeah. So 2023 third round and a 2023 sixth round is what the Giants are getting. So good for them. It's kind of weird because I guess he wasn't hurt, or he was. I'm not exactly too sure. I guess the whole thing, but his tweet seemed a little suspicious about the whole thing. That's like, oh yeah, I'm just sitting here and I'm not hurt. Got traded for not being hurt or whatever. So yeah, it was weird, but good for him. I think that they're going to use him a lot better than what the Giants are. They didn't even draft him. This staff didn't even draft him, so they're not even actually probably looking his way. All right, so good for him. I think they're going to utilize him in very special ways and probably some wildcat formation. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws a touchdown or two. So another trade today was Nyheim Hines going to the Bills. And Zach Moss is now going to run alongside with JT. And they got themselves a 5th round pick. I guess. I mean, Nyheim Hines is no better than Singletary, in my opinion. I think Singletary might still be a little bit better, but not enough to be like, oh yeah, he's coming in, he's going to take over. I don't think that's going to be the case. To you Singletary owners, I'm not worried. This week especially, I'm not worried. So, but it is a upgrade for the Bills. Maybe James Cook isn't what they thought they were, or maybe he just needed a little bit more help, or maybe they just want to redshirt him. I don't know, because he's played a little bit, but he hasn't really been doing much. His role there hasn't really taken effect. With Hines there, I think it's going to be a little bit more better for the Josh Allen owners because they're going to pass more. It's going to be more of a passing game, so it should be interesting what they utilize him there. The other trade was Miami Dolphins, Jeff Wilson. I mean, you might as well just call these guys freaking Mike McDaniel's 49ers, the Miami Niners. Add another running back. Why don't you? He's going to be right behind Mostert, right where he was started. So, and also the Niners got a 5th round pick. So, yeah, it's interesting. I guess you can pick him up. I think he's probably one of the sneakier ones than most of them, other running backs out there. Just because Jeff Wilson would probably be right behind Mostert. So, and we all know, I'm surprised he's not already hurt, but hey, that's just from being in this game for so long. He gets hurt every season. The other running back I want to talk about is James Robinson going to the Jets. It's going to be weird for the Jets next season. Dynasty purposes, Breece Hall is going to come back. Michael Carter is going to be there. And you got James Robinson. I don't know. Maybe it's just a 1-year thing. I'm not sure. But it is interesting. I mean, he's no Brees Hall, and but it doesn't help that you have an ACL injury and basically your season's done. So, yeah. So, and then the Jags are getting a 6th-round pick for him, which in my eyes they should have gotten a little bit more, but good for the Jags. I mean, for the Jets, for a 6th-round pick and getting someone like that, that's good for them. Good luck next season on what you're gonna do with them. The other one trash trade that I don't really like is Robbie Anderson and Carolina Panthers got a 6th and a 7th, which is I guess about right. I know he hasn't really done much, but we'll see what they do with Marquise Brown, AJ Green. Yeah, I don't know. So Marquise Brown should be back, I guess, in 5 weeks. Hopefully, if everything's good. Another trade was Deion Jones for IDP. I think he's just fine. He already got himself a sack his first game there as a Brown. So good for them. The Browns got themselves also a 7th-round pick for the 2024 draft pick. And the Falcons, I don't know what they're doing, but they just got themselves a 6th-round pick. Like, I think you could have gone higher. You could have gone higher, but you didn't. So impress me with these 6th-round picks that you're getting. So yeah. Another one is William Jackson III. He's another corner for 7th, and Washington's getting a 6th. Jonathan Hawkins is a defensive tackle for he's going to the Cowboys for a 7th, and the Raiders are getting a 6th. Another one, Jacob Martin and a 4th from the Jets, and the Jets are getting a 4th from them. Then Atlanta made another trade. It was Rashad Fenton, a corner for a 7th-round pick as well. And then Buffalo Bills did a Dean Marlowe safety, and the Falcons got a 7th-round pick. So overall, that should help them, I guess. Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, but again, I think they'll just be fine. So other than that, so anyways, that's today's show on your waiver wire IDP. I know it was kind of late. It was kind of like whatever. But this is what I do. I wish I could be on Twitch more, but I'm basically on YouTube more, and this is what we're doing. So also, if you guys want, I know there's a later fantasy football show that don't just focus on defense like I do, but I mean I do offense too, so don't get me wrong. But they are the Get Right Fantasy. If you click on the link down in the description below on YouTube, they should be there, and friends of the show. They start here in about 10 minutes. I'm probably gonna linger on over there for a little bit, and then on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, I don't think anybody's watching on Twitch. So I might actually play some Overwatch here. Out of screen, no camera, but we'll see. I haven't really decided yet. So but if you play Overwatch or Mario Kart or something, I'm usually on there all the time. That's my Twitter or Twitch. It's coming out, I guess. But other than that, though, that's it for IDP. Good luck on your waivers. Good luck on your week. We'll be back tomorrow for our main show. Mark will be here. So we like our Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights are fun. They're just like whatever. So like we just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So Brent, what's up? Brent plays Madden. I need some advice. Okay, all right. So I was offered Jonathan Taylor for 2 first rounds in Dynasty League. Do I accept? I'm assuming it's different years. And also, is this individual contending or not? Are they usually when they're putting up draft picks is because they are winning. That's what I normally do. If I'm already winning, I'll trade up some draft pick to someone who's not winning. Both 2024s. Oh man, I wish one of those was a 3rd. Does he have a third? This next class is going to have some really good running backs. But the question is if you're going to accept both of these. See if you can get one of those, make it a third first, rather than a fourth, or a 23 first and a 2024 first. I'm sorry, I'm confused with numbers. Jonathan Taylor. Oh man, that is a tough one. Because he's not performing now, but he will. I almost want to say no, man. Just because of I know, like if look, Dynasty, you're in for the long run. Dynasty. Oh man. That's ooh. That's a good one. Give me a second here. Because essentially you're gonna have Taylor for another 4 years at least. I have a lot of picks already saved up for 2023. A first and 3 seconds. Okay, that helps a little bit because you're already established for next season. Like I wouldn't get rid of those. That's for sure. I would keep those. That's your gold right there. Because next year, I'm gonna tell you right now, next year, and I don't know if you're looking into this or not. I'm gonna name some names already, but right now I'm leaning no with what your question right now. So, Bijan Robinson is kind of coming up to name. To first off, Bijan Robinson out of Texas. This dude is 6 foot 215 as of now. And he plays for Texas. My next guy is Jahmyr Gibbs out of Alabama, and those guys always have good running backs. 5'11", 200. I actually was excited about this guy earlier last season, but he was a sophomore, so he couldn't play, or he played his second year as what was titled a freshman. I guess they redshirted him. I'm not sure, but he's playing his college his junior year, so I have a feeling he's going to join this year. Zach Evans out of Ole Miss is another running back. I'm looking at another 5'11", 215 guy. Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. And he's 5'10", 210. And then Tank Bigsby is another guy I'm actually looking forward to looking what he does. This guy's 6 foot 208 out of Auburn. So Tank Bigsby, Sean Tucker, Zach Evans, Jahmyr Gibbs is who I'm actually favored on. And Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, is going to be a really special back. He's freaking fast, dude. But yeah, no, Bijan, yeah, I'm the same way. So I think I wouldn't, to be honest, because if you give up Taylor, essentially you're giving up one of the best backs in the league. I know it's been a crapshoot in Indy right now, but that's just that's the way Dynasty works. It's sometimes you have a really bad season, but I think the rest of this season, I think they'll change things around. I mean, they're trying. They bench Matt Ryan for Zach. Wow, Ellinger. So Sam Ellinger. So they're trying. They're doing something. Which only means if they trade Nyheim Hines, that means Jonathan Taylor's going to run a lot more. So I don't think Jackson's going to be like his recovery guy. You know what I mean? So I think JT's going to run a lot more. I think he's going to get utilized a lot more. They're going to focus more on the run game. I think the rest of the season, hold on. Am I reading this right? Good would be good. Yeah, Quentin Johnson could be solid. No, he would be giving me JT. And I'd be giving 2021st. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would do that. Just make sure it's not a 2023. Yeah, I would do that. Do you have other firsts, or is those your only first? Because essentially right now, JT, I think right now is probably going for like three firsts. I've seen 3 first. 2 firsts and a third and 2 firsts and a second, or 2 firsts and someone. If they're just asking 2 firsts, I would do it. Establish yourself, because you would have did you show me your roster? You didn't show me your roster, no. I was offered JT. Oh yeah, my bad. I read that wrong. My bad. No, I would do that. Yeah, my thought was that JT would be really, yeah. The next upcoming season, 2023, I have 6 total first up. Oh, dude, I think you're solid, because JT is 23. In my opinion, and I've noticed this, running backs fall roughly around the age 26 to 27 years of age. Think about it. They ran all through high school. They probably played a little bit of Pop Warner, maybe. Who knows? Okay. They played in high school. They played in college. You're already looking 8 to 12 years already getting that body banged up. They get to the NFL, and then they put another 4 to 5, 6 years on that body of constant banging up. And this is why once they reach a certain age, around 20, let's look at some of these running backs. Alvin Kamara that was the first game he did anything in a while, right? Like, it's just Derrick Henry. You can see that the regression is there. It's the first time in the last couple of weeks he actually hit plus 200. That's what we're used to. These guys, Christian McCaffrey was getting banged up. He finally, he's finally doing something. But we're used to these guys in their younger days. They would put up 20 points every freaking game. But you see the regression. You see it. It would not surprise me next year Miles Sanders is going to end up seeing this. At least you got yourself a 23-year-old running back who will service you for at least another good 3 to 4 years for only 2 firsts. I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. Because the next rookie they bring in is probably not going to be better than JT. I don't think that they're gonna go after a high-end running back to replace JT, or probably equal. I think you get yourself JT. 2023, you have 1 first, 3 seconds. 2024, you have 3 firsts. 2025, you have 2 firsts and 1 second. Yeah. I think you are in a good spot. And I know right now that record does not look nice. I know. But we're barely hitting the halfway point. So you could turn it around right now. I think you'll be fine. You might sneak yourself in the playoffs. Maybe if you win 3 games from now, 4 games right now in a row, who knows? You get yourself in the playoffs, and then at 6-6, maybe 7-6, who knows, depending on your league setting, if it's by record or if by tying. I think maybe you should get it's still kind of early. That's before the JT deal. Okay. If I get JT, I only have 1. All right, that's right, because you're getting rid of yeah. And plus 2024, that's 2 seasons from now. Who knows? You might end up getting more first in 2024 for something else. Like, you might make another trade next season or in the off season. I know us Dynasty guys, we make a lot of trades in the off season. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about Dynasty. It's never nonstop football. So yeah. You're only 1 game out. Yeah. So I think you might be able to still make playoffs. JT, I have a strong let me pull up his schedule real quick. I need to see this. Now I'm curious because I have JT on one of my leagues, but the only thing I'm a little worried is that ankle injury that he suffered, but for dynasty purposes, you're keeping this guy for a while. Redraft, it might suck. Let's see, New England, Las Vegas, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Minnesota. So I'm not I'm not seeing too bad of a schedule, but he could put. I mean, he's probably going to put up double digits for you, anyways. So let me check real quick. I'm gonna look at my phone actually because the freaking computer's being slow right now. I got like massive windows open right now. So my bad. So let's see. So Taylor's looking at, like I said, New England, right? New England might be a tough matchup. Las Vegas, Philadelphia, and that's not loading up for me, and I gotta go to my phone. So Las Vegas might be okay. Philadelphia okay. Pittsburgh and Las Vegas, I'm not too worried about. Not unless TJ Watt is coming back, then might be a little bit more issues. Dallas is gonna give him a run for his money. Then they got the bye week, which is good on week 14 because here's why: they're gonna rest up. He comes for you for playoff times from Minnesota, Las Vegas, and New York Giants. I like that for him. Yeah, I like him. The problem is he's hurt now. So, either way, if the way Dynasty, if you're losing, you're still winning because you get a higher draft pick. That's how I always looked at it. If you're losing, you're still winning to get a higher draft pick. Just gotta bite the year and call it. But 2-6, you're still fine. You're still fine at 2-6. Anything can happen in the next couple of weeks. You can still manage a good handful of wins. Early in the year, I traded Diggs for Judy. 2023 first, 2024 first, and a 2023 second. I've been dealing for good. I actually like that trade. Got yourself first, 2 firsts, a second. I actually like that. No, you're thinking the right way. You're thinking the right way. I know you didn't want to get rid of Diggs. I know I wouldn't have, knowing how well he would have done. But I like what you did there. That's dope. Hell yeah. And I'm building my team around Mahomes and okay. All right, that's what's up. That's what you need to do. Build around it, and with JT there, you have a running back at least solid for the next couple of years. I like everything you're doing. I really do. What's up? Yo, bro, you need my opinion on something. All right, we'll shoot it out. What you need on? What you need? So again, let's see here. I see why the Get Right guys are on late. All this people we can't sleep are up at right now. All right, so what's up, Captain? Hi, I have an option to trade D-Hop for Nick Chubb. Should I do it? Yes. You trade away your D-Hop for Nick Chubb. Yes. Get yourself Nick Chubb. I definitely would do that for sure. Running, like I said, before, probably, I don't even know if Brent heard it or not, but running backs during the cold winter months, they typically are used more, just because it's harder for receivers to catch during the cold. So you'll see more run than anything. And then with Cardinals being weird, yeah, that's yeah, 100%. If they offered you that, I don't know. Let's go ahead and give them D up. Is that Dynasty? I'm just curious. Is that Dynasty? Is that redraft? Either way, Dynasty or redraft, you're doing that. You're doing that. All right. So, I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah. I'm alone tonight. Usually I have a crew with me or another guy with me, or at least minimum. But today, I came on late. We do individual defensive players as well. So if you guys are into that, if not, we talked about that earlier, or I gave out waivers for those guys, linebackers, defense and defensive backs. We talk about that too. So it's really fun if you guys haven't tried it. Is Judy and Terry good for Michael Thomas? Is that what you're saying? So Judy and Terry for Michael Thomas. You're saying that this year specifically? Or are you talking about Dynasty in general? Because I'm not liking it. I'm not right now. Terry's still putting up decent numbers, and Jerry Jeudy is still putting up not the greatest numbers, but you know what you're getting. Like they're higher floors right now. Michael Thomas is oh man, that guy is just like really good, but then it's like I don't know what I'm gonna get out of him. Let me compare them real quick. Michael Thomas, where are you at? It's another guy I haven't really looked up at all, just because everything that's going on with him. Maybe I should go to the receiver section. Huh? When's he coming back though? I know he's out, right? He's out right now. Redraft date, man. Oh, if it's no, no, no. When's he coming back? I'm just curious on when he's coming back. Timeline. There is no timeline. That was 4 days ago. Saints head coach Dennis Allen said that there was no timeline for the wide receiver. Oh, dude, no. I just feel like you know what you're getting. It's a higher floor with McLaurin and freaking Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, no. I would keep your receivers. I'm not going after Michael Thomas, dude. Just not. They can't even figure out their freaking quarterback situation, let alone who the hell's going to throw to him. All right. I traded Foreman and Keenan Allen for CeeDee Lamb. Okay. I've been getting clowned in the chat, but I don't think it's even that bad. You shouldn't be clowned if this is Dynasty. If this is Dynasty, I think that's good. Foreman is the only good running back now this season, so I think that's probably maybe why they're clowning on you. Keenan Allen, look, if this is Dynasty, I'm 100% on your team right now. 100% on your team right now, if this is Dynasty. Keenan Allen is getting older. If this is redraft, however, oh yeah, see, there you go. There you go. You're getting more. You're getting more there. You see that, Captain? I'm not the only one that's thinking that. Yeah. With Dak back, he's going to connect with CeeDee Lamb. God, you know how? Please tell me you have Dak. Do you have Dak? That'd be great. Get them double points. Get that double stack, baby. No, I look. I understand why they're laughing because it's Foreman and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's good, but he's also been out this entire time, and you need production. We're getting to the point where it's like, okay, we need to figure out our playoffs. Like right now, guys, next week, this week, you need to figure out who's going to carry you all the way to playoffs. You have Burrow. Ooh, all right. Again, is this Dynasty or is this redraft? That's what I'm like. I'm still liking it. I think you're fine. So Terry said it's not Dynasty. Oh, well, that sucks. All right. If it's not Dynasty, who's your running backs? Oh man. I hope you have like 3 other good running backs. Mahomes and Juju. As a Giants fan, Tony was such a yeah. I felt like you guys didn't appreciate him though, because I like Kadarius Toney. I really do. As a player, he was electric. People forget what he did to Dallas, and that was even like without a touchdown. He made them all look silly. Now you put him on a really good offensive brain, Andy Reid. The thing is with Andy Reid, he utilizes every weapon that he has, and he puts their skills to the best ability and the test that they can. And that's why Andy Reid is one of the greatest coaches in the NFL right now. I'm not even a freaking Chiefs fan. I love Andy Reid. I love the way he plays, and I have a feeling that he's going to utilize him in a really good way. But off the field, Tony needs to work on it. I think he just needs to grow up. But on the field, man, he's crazy good. When healthy too. I have Kamara, Miles Sanders, and CH. Okay. Okay. Then just got Jeff Wilson. Oh, yeah, dude. I think you're okay. Jeff Wilson's gonna have to establish himself there, but I mean he'll be he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'm assuming you needed a receiver bad, so it is what it is. It is what it is. You already made the trade. I'm not saying it's horrible. I've seen worse, and this is probably why they're thinking, because Keenan Allen is coming back soon, and Devontae Foreman is going to be the main running back there. So I'm assuming you were hurting at receiver bad and you needed it. So, but with those with Sanders, Kamara, and CH is oh man, he might get taken over. Isaiah Pacheco might take his job, but they're still going to use him though. So don't worry, he's still going to be used. Like again, Andy Reid. Yeah. All right. So Tony was such a clown. Talent, yeah, and exactly. Off the field, man. Like I don't even know if you like visit his Instagram or something, but he was just he calls himself Young Joker. That's his rap name. He has an album. If you haven't, you have to check it out. Young Joker. It's real. Kadarius Toney. But on the field, man, he can really light it up. He can really light it up. So, I hope that now that he's with this organization, I hope that they change him and he becomes a little bit better. I have the Eagles defense. Is it worth to trade them and pick up Arizona or Miami from waivers? If I got offered a first for Eagles D and a third. No. Because that team is young. That team is really young. You're playing a dynasty league with defense. That's funny. That's funny. And I'm not clowning on you. I'm just saying, like, this is why I have IDP. Individual defensive players makes it so much fun. Like you could legitly have your own linebackers set at a linebacker. Here, I'll even show you. I'll show you. If you're not familiar with it, I'll show you. I'll show you my squad that I have from my dynasty league that we have are running. It's basically individual defense. If you're not familiar with it, so you check this out. Check this out. Trash talking already. All right. Okay. So I got Josh Allen, Miles Sanders, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Gabe Davis, Mike Gesicki, Antonio Gibson, Gano, Highsmith. This is all right. So that's my offense right here, right? This is where some of you might not know what the hell I'm talking about. But Alex Highsmith, Myles Garrett, Bobby Wagner, Isaiah Simmons, Micah Parsons. Like this is what individual defense does. All right. Our number one guy this season or this week right now was DariusSmith out of Minnesota. Now, let me show you. I actually showed up a little thing real quick. Where is it? That's this week. That's Za'Darius Smith, his score this week. 7 solo tackles got him 7 points. A tackle for loss, 5 total points because he had 4 of them. The sack yards on there, 3 sacks, a hit on QB, and a pass deflection got him another point. Those are QB numbers. He had himself a game. He had 3 sacks. Now, in a lot of cases, this might be low, but to me, I like it. It breaks up defense. You don't have to worry about having a whole defense. And what's crazy about it is interceptions against your quarterbacks isn't totally entirely too bad. Because if you're playing the same defense against your quarterback, sometimes it's actually beneficial, especially if he takes it to the house. But yeah, I love pairing up. Like, you know how we have the stack of our QBs with the wide receivers and stuff like that. Same concept when you have a defensive line against that tight end or the running back against that linebacker, because the running back is going to run into your linebacker. Double points. Good tackle. It's really a neat concept. I love it. It's again IDP, individual defensive players. It just breaks up defense. I'm not a big fan of it in dynasty leagues. But to your question, what you were saying, no, it's not worth it because the Eagles are very young right now. They put a lot of assets into that squad just recently in the draft. I'm keeping the Eagles. I don't think it's worth trading them away. Yeah, but I have Godwin, Garrett Wilson, movie Duvernay. So I was struggling hard when Allen wasn't playing, but I'm still 5-3. Hey, there you go. Yeah. Devin Duvernay's not doing too bad either. So Godwin should be doing all right. Garrett Wilson actually had himself a decent game, right? So yeah, I'm sure in the next couple of weeks with all these trades and everything, I'm pretty sure wide receivers are going to pop up into. So if you're 5-3, man, like keep it up. Like you're doing just fine. Yeah, his Instagram, yeah, Kadarius Toney, yeah, it was just bad. Damn, sleeper is mad underrated. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. And it's what's crazy. It's like nobody uses it. It's everyone goes to NFL.com. It's because it's easier. It's just easier. And plus, when we're watching NFL Network, what do they go to? That's what they have. That's what they promote. Who is Michael Florio and Adam Rank and who's the other dude there? Some of the stuff they say is all right. I can only like I listen to that and I'm like, no, I disagree 100%. Just certain things I don't like what they say. Speaking of Duvernay, I traded him and a 2024 fifth for a 2024 first. Oh my gosh, dude. Good job. Good job. Yeah, you got a first for Duvernay. That's insane. That's insane. Good job. Yeah. Yeah. And then they got TJ Hawkinson. So since you're in a redraft league, Irv Smith isn't going to be a thing, man. Yeah. You're my redraft guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, that Irv Smith. Try and find someone else. Ingram, Hurts. See if they're still out there. Irv Smith is TJ Hawkinson just got to town. So I don't even know what Irv Smith is thinking right now. So anyways, so what was I doing? I was showing you guys my squad, right? What basically individual defensive does. So then here's my bench. So Dynasty, Prescott, Dobbins, Dylan, Algier, Ayuk, Pittman, Tony, McBride, and then Pierce, Drew, Tranquil. So I mean, I'm waiting for Jeremy Chin to come back, but yeah, this is what it does though. Like it breaks down like their tackles, their sacks, whatever they got. Let's go to Michael Parsons. Everyone likes him, so why not? This guy puts up numbers, man. Double digits almost every week. First week, second week. New York Giants kind of put a halt to him. Then again in Washington, but those I expect that. Why? Because it's in division games, so they kind of fight a little harder. You know what I mean? So and then again, got himself 2 sacks against Stafford, 2 sacks on Goff. So it's really interesting, different concept to what regular leagues do when you bring it to individual defensive. So it's just different. It's just different. I like doing it. So and plus you're watching both sides of the ball. So yeah, man, I brought up his return ability and this guy said YOLO. Yeah, the return yards help some of these players too. Yeah. But I mean if you sold them that way, that's good. I sometimes sell the guys like, hey man, we got punt return yards, kick return yards. So Judy and Terry for Keenan, same thing, 8-man PPR, trying to downsize that. Keenan Allen? It's from let's see here. From earlier, Judy and Terry. Oh. So you're trying to downsize? I mean, if you're trying to downsize, but Keenan Allen should come back this week. I look, me personally, I don't like it. But you're trying to downsize, and it's only 8-man, so chances are you have other good receivers. Keenan Allen should do good when he gets back. Again, should. And it's a big if. We don't know. Again, some of these guys, they come back from injury and they're not the same. But I'm not telling you to do that, but at the same time, if you're trying to downsize, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. But if you can get Keenan Allen and you're trying to downsize, oh my gosh, dude. I don't want to say yes on that one. I don't want to say yes, but if that's what you're trying to do, man, go for it. I've been trying to get Etienne, but the guy won't trade him. Offered 2 first, but he said no. It's the same reason the JT, man. Same thing. Young guy. You're gonna have him on your squad for multiple years. Some of them go for 3s. That's what I'm saying. For 2 firsts, it's not bad for getting JT. So, and Travis Etienne's a beast, man. I don't think right now I don't think he's on anybody's market. You're gonna have to sell the farm, or you're gonna have to, sell the entire farm for him. And then at that point, it's like, what are you gonna get? But I mean, right now you should be in good line. I mean, you're 2-6. Keep fighting. I think you'll be okay. I think JT and the Colts are gonna figure out what the hell they're doing over there. But even if you don't, you get yourself Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs. Just be sure you don't trade those first away. Well, the guy who has Etienne has JT, and he wants to trade JT, not Etienne. No, I figured that much. But if he's willing to give you JT for 2 first, well, might as well. But if he's not giving you Etienne, me personally, I would take JT over Etienne in the next coming years. In these next handful of years, I would take JT over Etienne. I have a feeling that, Jeff Wilson is going to be like, he's not going to take over, but I have a feeling that next year they're going to probably draft another running back just for that. And yeah, I'll take JT for sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's I'm good with that too. Who is better than Thomas or Keenan Allen? Right now? Everybody. They're just not either hurt. They've been hurt this entire time. So but if you're talking about like skills wise, like who's better? Like I would go after who you trying to give up. Let me see. You're giving up Terry McLaurin and Jerry Jeudy. Oh, who's better between them two? I'm gonna go with the stronger quarterback. I don't like Andy Dalton. They don't trust Jameis Winston. And for some freaking reason, Taysom Hill is back there and he just runs the ball. I'd rather have, Justin throwing to the better, receiver, Keenan Allen. So Justin's better than both of those, than all 3 of those guys anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna take the better quarterback there. Just because they can't figure out what the hell's going on over there. Isn't Andy Dalton starting this week? Is that what they're doing again? No. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll stick with with the better QB with freaking Justin Herbert is just no brainer. He'll get it to Allen whenever he's healthy. So yeah, that's just me. All right, guys. Again, it was really late, so I'm not typically on this late. I might be on Tuesdays, just Tuesdays only, but tomorrow, I'll be back with my co-host, Mark. Tomorrow's a little bit more fun. We literally talk about all kinds of crap. So, well, let me see. I'm gonna see if our friends over at our other channel are doing their thing, which I think they are. It's the Get Right Fantasy Network. So, and yeah, no problem, no problem. So one thing about us, I guess, quick rundown. This is Dynasty Pylon. We are part of the Nerd Huddle production. We also have other channels that's part of the Nerd Huddle. Again, if all of it's down in the description below. Some of those guys do movie and TV reviews, which is kind of fun. Whenever you got time, you could talk about spoilers. The Spoiler Kings do that. I myself, I'm on Twitch. Um, I, I'll play a couple video games and stuff whenever I get the chance, but school has just got me by the balls, so I just can't. But lately I've been into Overwatch and Mario Kart, and this new Call of Duty's coming out too, so, or already is out. But no, I'll probably focus more on that. So, but if you want, there's mine right there. If you want to, Martin is the man. He has a Are you only saying that because I called some of these plays or some of these trades? Like, I told the guys in the Nerd Huddle, I told them, I'm like, look, at the beginning of the season when the Bears were being weird about Roquan and not paying him, right? They were like not giving him the respect. Like, he wanted his money. I'm like, this guy's gonna get traded. And they're like, well, where do you think he's gonna be? I'm like, honestly, it would not surprise me if someone like the Baltimore Ravens go after him. And sure enough, yeah, it happens. I've called a lot of plays, and then like I think some of them giving me crap because the game Kadarius Toney went off. I call that one too. I'm like, yeah, you better start him. There's just certain games that I like. I don't know. Most of the time, I'm right about certain things. Most times, like if I'm wrong, well, it happens. I'm not always right, but anyways, yeah, they do all kinds of stuff over there as well. So again, all that's in the description below. We are 80 away from another jersey, or maybe less than 80. I'll give out another Dynasty Pylon jersey. Basically, it says our channel's name on the back and your team of your choice, and it'll be the number 3 or 4, maybe depending on where we land at 300 subs. But we'll be doing that. So yeah, we're kind of all over the place. We're gonna buy you a football-shaped crystal ball in the fantasy group. Oh my gosh. Have my own little freaking segment. No, bro. No. I'm on Ross St. Brown for Jamar Chase and Diggs. So I'm on Raw for one of those 3. Or you have Diggs and AJ Brown. Sorry, sorry. You have Diggs and AJ Brown and Jamar Chase? How the hell did that happen? How the hell did your league mates let you do this, man? That's insane. This has to be Dynasty. If this isn't Dynasty, hold on. All right, so you also comment here. Or Jonathan Taylor and Chase for AJ Brown. I'm making playoffs, maybe a long-term move. Okay, so you're Dynasty. Okay, yeah, you're in Dynasty. Just that term alone, okay. So Amon-Ra for Jamar Chase or JT. Wait, now I'm confused. Hold on. For AJ Brown? crap. Yeah. It's not Dynasty? It's not? Or no, because it is the I'm officially lost. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like read it and like say no Dynasty. No, because you are playing Dynasty, or no, it's not a Dynasty. Because when you said long term, I'm thinking 2-3 years from now, dude. JT and Chase. I give AJ Brown. I read that completely ass backwards. I read that completely ass backwards. I'm glad you clarified it. Oh, I'm so glad you clarified it before I said that. No, I'm not. No. For AJ Brown, no. They finally found themselves a receiver. They've been trying to do this for years, and Jalen Hurts just loves the guy. But because of what he just recently did, this is the best time to sell, and I think this is why you're thinking. I wouldn't do Amon-Ra St. Brown. Or for Jamar Chase. It's that beginning part that confused me. Amon-Ra St. Brown for Jamar Chase. Or JT. Depending on what your running backs are. How many running backs you have? If you have like 4 solid running backs, I'm not doing it. Because right now you need at least like I said, running backs drop like flies. A lot of these teams are going to focus on the run game more, but now that the winter months are coming, passing tends to get a little bit harder for these guys. It's just facts. It's just facts. Especially in Green Bay. Jesus Christ. God, I hope AJ Dillon does a lot better. And then here's our producer. Yeah, telling us let's get to 1,000. That's quite the goal there, buddy. I'm just trying to reach 300, but hey, it's 1,000 be nice. You have Pierce and Walker and Herbert. Oh, yeah, maybe we should do this trade. For a single AJ Brown, you get JT and Chase. Is that what I'm reading? So one AJ Brown, like that's what you have for Jamar Chase and JT. Okay. Let's go to Cincinnati. I've been a little bit disappointed with Jamar Chase. And you know, again, I can't entirely get too mad at him because he's hurt. He's gonna be out for what? A while, isn't he? He should be out. Last time I heard, if it's 4 weeks, I'm gonna be a little skeptical about it. Hang on. Where are you, my guy? Where are you, my guy? He should be back week 13. I'm assuming your playoff starts week 15, 16, and 17. Those are when you're going to want him back for sure. 13 is what he's projected to come back against Kansas City. If you can make it to week 14, 15, 16, and 17, those are going to be tough though. Your playoff game is going to be against Buffalo Bills with Jamar Chase. But I think I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Go big or go home. I think that the Colts are going to fix themselves. I think JT's going to have to be used. Like Hines is gone. Chase is Joe Burrow's favorite weapon, and unfortunately, he's gone. When he was there, he was putting up the massive numbers. His worst game was against Baltimore, but that doesn't surprise me because Baltimore and the Bengals just literally kill each other. So I'm not really. Divisional games are really hard for these guys. For some reason, the crappiest teams start acting like they're like elite on divisional games. So I'm yeah. So Pierce Walker and then JT and Chase and Herbert. Yeah, I think you're gonna be okay. Yeah. So here you go. Do it. I do it. I guess it depends on your record. It sounds like he's gonna be. I know. I think he'll make. Are you in playoffs? You think you're gonna make playoffs? What's your record right now? You should be fine. You should be fine. Because even if you're 2-6, there's still a possibility. But a single AJ Brown, like you're 5-4. The problem is you're giving away your best weapon, huh? Hoping that the other two are gonna still land. Yeah, you're gonna do it, but you're gonna cringe. You're gonna do it hoping that these guys are gonna do better. Because Jamar's gonna come back, he's gonna put the same numbers that maybe AJ's gonna put up. Now I'm hoping that JT actually figures it out. With Hines gone, I'm expecting better things. I'm expecting better things. So I'm actually doing that. What's crazy is a redraft. Redraft is like now. Dynasty, I'm thinking like freaking years from now. But yeah, I think I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. I hope that helps out. I don't know if you're how long you've been contemplating on that one, because that one wasn't easy. The problem is you gotta wait, those weeks until Jamar gets back. So you might be fishing waiver wire for these freaking receivers. So especially now, like right now, let's see who's receiver wise. Rondell Moore might be out there. Demarcus Robinson might be out there. I don't know if Romeo Dobbs is available, but it's something that you might want to look into. Josh Palmer maybe. Maybe Garrett Will. I don't know. I've been in some leagues where Garrett Wilson's available, which is absurd to me, but I've seen it. I've seen it. I've been picking them up. So, yeah. So, best of luck. Best of luck. You're 5-2, so we'll see what happens. Should I trade Amon-Ra for Chase? I don't. How many other receivers you have? Hello, by the way. How are you doing? If you have the receiver depth, yeah. Because Chase isn't going to come back until like another 4 weeks. So I'm scared, like, if you do the trade and then you need Amon-Ra now, you know what I mean? So, ultimately, I think you could. Yeah. I think you do. But can you afford waiting another 4 weeks? That's the question. If you can wait another 4 weeks without, like, essentially, are you benching Amon-Ra as of late, or have you been playing him? So, but I would definitely do it. So, anyways, but yeah, he is a flex. Yeah, if you could wait the whole another 4 weeks, why not? Like, just why not? Because at that point, it's like, okay, you're not really you're flexing him. So you have other 2 receivers that are probably more reliable than him. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Because then I'm assuming you're flexing a running back in there and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Because let's see, Detroit has Green Bay coming up next, Chicago, Giants, and then I think it gets tough towards the end. They got Buffalo, Jacksonville, and Minnesota. That's three weeks that might be difficult. The Jets are no joke either. Like they've been showing up. Carolina is getting better. A lot of their guys are banged up. I think by the week 16, they'll be more elite. The thing is, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to look really nice playoff weekend, week 17 against Chicago. But getting there is the main issue. So if you can get to the playoffs, you can figure out your receiver by then. So I'm doing that, dude. I'm doing that. What's up, man? Heineke, Mariota, or Stafford this week? Oh, digging deep, bro. Digging deep. Oh man. When I look at this, I see Heineke or Mariota. Stafford has been really freaking like not performing. Holy crap, man. Let's see for this week. So you're streaming freaking quarterback. All right. You have who's Washington playing? So Stafford got Tampa Bay. Oh no. Mariota's against the Chargers. Okay. And then Heineke's against Minnesota. Dude. You might have to go with Mariota here. Tampa Bay is their defense is just nasty, and Stafford is just not what we've like. He's only broke 20 points 2 weeks out of the 8. Other than that, he's putting up 12 points, 15 points, if that. I'm not doing Stafford, man. It's too much of a risk. The only way I'm doing Stafford if I have Cup. And that's a big if too. I think if you go with Mariota, it's against the Chargers, but he just faced Carolina, did pretty good. San Francisco did all right. Against the Rams and Seahawks, he's been doing okay. Like he's doing okay. He's like last year's Kirk Cousins. That makes sense. And he's not horrible. He's in your top tier, but he's not like anything nice. Heineke's just kind of got there, and he did really good against Indy though, and decent against Green Bay. If I were you, I'd go Mariota or Heineke. Do you have any weapons that are Falcons or Commanders? That might actually help your decision there a little bit. If you have a running back or a receiver that's a Falcon or a freaking Commander, maybe that'll help. Yeah, I think Mary has the best matchup. Yeah. If he's smart, of course, because they do have some assets there. Like Derwin James is pretty good. Mac is all right. He's been doing pretty well. He's been doing above average, not like elite, but I have no Falcons and no Commanders. Okay, all right. Well, hey, that's okay. That's funny because if you for some reason if you come back tomorrow night, like let's see, it's 9:41 now. Usually I'll go in Wednesday nights, 3 hours and 40 minutes ahead of what we're on now. So I usually go around 6 o'clock my time. I'm a Falcons fan, and my co-host is a freaking Washington Commanders fan. So, but that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to go with Mariota here. He's probably your safest one. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if Heineke goes off next week and just freaking destroys, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's a possibility, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Of those three, I would pick Mariota. He's the safest. I know he's gonna get 18 points at minimum. At minimum. because that's what it seems like he's doing. Ooh, he had Cincinnati against 12. Oh, that game sucked. Yeah, that game sucked. All right. All right. Well, again, usually I'm not on this late, but I just do the IDP waiver wire again. Individual defensive. That's what we also do here. So, tomorrow for sure. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be on for sure. Wednesday nights are fun nights. We have our little segments of max or minimum Crosby, or I'm not disappointed, or whatnot. We do different segments tomorrow, so hopefully Mark is okay with that. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with me. I didn't realize it was already almost an hour and 40 minutes. Holy crap. Yeah, it's our producer right there. If you're new here, hit that sub. That's all Mark. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess this is the only sport I watch, guys. It's the only freaking sport I watch. Minus hockey I watch. But players, yeah. Like you ask me basketball, baseball, forget about it. That's not me. So anyways, that's it for today. If you're on Twitch, don't think anybody's over there, but it's kind of late. But I might play some Overwatch or Mario Kart here pretty soon. So anyways, let's see. I'll see you guys tomorrow if you guys come back tomorrow. So again, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you guys are at. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys around. And then of course, man. Of course. That's what I do. It's what I do. Overwatch 2. Yeah, I have it. I've been playing the crap out of it when late like this. This is why I went on. I figured I'll just jump on, play some Overwatch 2. But then the Call of Duty came out, so I might jump games. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Overwatch 2. It's a first person shooter. It's free on all platforms. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, Brent, good night, guys. But if you guys still want fantasy football advice, go down the description down below. I have some friends down there. Hold on, are they still on? Where's our producer at? They are still on. Hold on, are they still on? They are at. They just started, dude. 20 minutes ago. All right. I'm gonna send them over away. I'm gonna put their description down below. If you guys want to go give them a shout out or whatever, tell them Martin sent you from the Dynasty Pylon over there. Just give them some love. I'm gonna probably hang out in the chat for a little bit there too. So let me see if I can copy this, and you guys can jump over and ask their questions and pick their brains and see if their brains are similar to what I gave you. Mike's not there tonight, so here. If you're on YouTube, there's the link. Anybody on anything else? Twitch? No, nothing. Here, I'll put it again, but I don't think it works on Facebook and Twitch. So I'll put it again, but there it is. Oh, there it is. Twitch got it. I don't think anybody's over there, but yeah. Going out with those guys, I'm about to go over there for a little bit, just hang out, give him some crap. I always give Anthony some crap, like every single time. Like I love the guy. He's a pretty good guy. I think when you look on it, he's the guy on the right. He's the bald dude on the right. Yeah. So good friends of the family. They promote us, we promote them. So I'll see you guys there in the chat. Again, tomorrow, I'll be here 6 p.m. MST, Mountain Standard Time. And tomorrow, Wednesdays are normally my main show. Those are the fun ones. Like we just talk about literally everything and anything that you guys want to talk about. We just get higher traffic that day. It's just the way it goes. So head over there, and I'll see you guys wherever. So good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you guys are at. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next guys. Take care.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face nervous when I step up into place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.